Hello, everybody, and welcome to the final day, the final evening, the final session of Wealth Mentor 2.0. What a week it has been. It has been a massive week, but we've absolutely loved being able to bring all these different amazing people along for the journey, which is the celebration, the excitement, and the unveiling of Wealth Mentor 2.0. And I know that we've got an absolute treat for you guys tonight. I hope you are all excited. I know there's a lot of excitement amongst the Wealth Mentor Network, the community. I saw a lot of cool comments on our VIP page. It was really cool to see that. And there is a lot of excitement around tonight. But what a week it has been. And quickly, before I do go any further, just a little bit of admin. I know that I've done this each day, but I just want to make sure that everybody is under control. So if you are watching this on YouTube, I do recommend heading over to the landing page. I'll drop that link in the chat in just a second. I'll grab that and I'll pop that in for you guys, because on that landing page, you'll see all the chat from everybody else that is going through during joining us on tonight's session. For those of you guys that are on the landing page, welcome. Thank you very much for joining us as always. And again, everybody jump in the comments and say hello. It is always nice to have the comments coming through, get that energy going. It is Friday. I mean, hey, I've got this magic thing. Watch this. I can even make it say Happy Friday, because what a day to be out here celebrating and to have an absolute legend joining us tonight. There is a lot of excitement. Just a quick recap. Monday, we unveiled what it is 2.0. Now, guys, you've got the ability to check out all the other videos there, and I think it'll be below. You've got the ability to check out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Definitely worth checking it out. They're all awesome in their own right. Tuesday, we had all the mentors on. This one is really important. If you've got any interest in property, absolutely check that out. And you can find out some more market details, find out some of the key elements that mentors have gone through in order to be able to achieve some absolutely epic results. Wednesday night, Paul, energy as always. I mean, the guy's an absolute legend in terms of what he knows and what he just wants to share. Make sure you check out Wednesday. Paul, someone who's built over 700 homes. And then last night we had Kyron, who's been a big part of the Wealth Mentor Shift, joining us and sharing his Freedom Accelerator and the thinking that goes behind how he achieves crazy, sets crazy goals and achieves some insane results through going through the process. So absolutely epic week. But like I said, we are excited about tonight. So it gives me great pleasure to be bringing on our third partner of the week in Bella. Bella, welcome.
Hi, Jono. Hi, everyone out there. Friday, I call it. Friday, yay!
Brilliant. And you get Friday. I think it's well deserved for the energy and also the excitement, because we had to leave the best to last. Don't tell Kyron I said that.
Yeah, don't tell Kyron. It's clear.
Awesome. So thanks again for joining us, Bella. Like I said, I'm very excited about tonight's. I actually, I even sent the link on to a few of my family. I said, make sure you check out tonight, because I think it's really going to be a great session. But people obviously going, right, who's Bella? So I'll hand the floor over to you, Bella. Tell everybody a little bit about yourself. I mean, I know for a fact that you've had some insane achievements, with hundreds of hours of coaching, different people, and some crazy, insane rewards, but working with some pretty impressive people as well. You call it high performance people.
Yep. Thanks, Jono. And yeah, it's lovely to be here. It's fabulous to think that I can be on talking about what I absolutely love. So who am I? I am first and foremost a performance coach, and but I've got a background, because I would also call myself a serial entrepreneur. More than 30 years in business. I've done lots and lots of different stuff. What led me, though, to become the performance coach I am, and also what I've done in the last number of years with this, is recognizing that high-performing humans, which is me, and I suspect a lot of you that are on, as a high-performing human, we basically get to a point where we need additional support. And why that is we really get start doing what we're doing, and we get achievement, and invariably we get to a point where we actually can't keep doing the way we've been doing to get to that next level. And that was my personal experience. All my clients, that's been their experience. So who I am is someone that has lived the experience of being a high-performing human and then had to work out how to get to that next level. So I spent a lot, almost a small fortune, working out how I could do that. And so what I offer my clients is a shortcut to that. So that's I think an essence of who I am. And I love property too, by the way. I've got lots of property as well, which is fabulous. And yeah, so I hope that's
Awesome.
answered who I am. Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant. And you forgot to add in there, absolute legend and a great energy as well. So, there's a reason that we have you joining us tonight. You talk about something a lot, which is a glass ceiling, and working through the ability to smash through that. Give us a bit more context to what that all means to you as Bella.
So it is interesting because the concept of a glass ceiling does get discussed quite a lot in the corporate space. And certainly as a woman, I think it gets. So it's not so much in that. What I talk about is high-performing humans have a natural curiosity about how can I, do a bit better? How can I be a bit better? How can I sort of get that next 1%er? And then what I've experienced for myself as well as the clients is you roll along with that until you literally find this point. And I call it a glass ceiling because you can actually see the next level you're wanting to go to. You actually, just excuse me, I'm just going to shut this. Sorry about that. You can actually see it, but what happens is you are trying to do the same things you've always been doing, but you can't get there this time. What got you to that level that you're at now will not get you to the next. And everyone's glass ceiling is unique. And I know that by all the stories of not just people I've coached, but people that I love watching in their stories. And a lot of the Hollywood movies we have are people that have had the glass ceiling. So invariably what's got to happen is you've got to, one, recognize that that's where you're at. And two, how are you actually going to crack through it? Because as a high-performing human, it's not about can I or do I want to get there. It's I damn well want to get there. But yeah, obviously you've got to work out how you get there. And the last piece on that is generally it's not about doing anymore because that's a big secret too.
Yeah, right. And for you, what was that whole process, or what was it like to actually go through and smash through that glass ceiling?
So for me, it was very much about getting to a point where I kept doing things a certain way and they got me to where I was. And then when I recognized it, it was like, oh my God. So I actually had to go backwards a little bit and look at who I needed to become. And we'll talk more about that. But that's the difference between doing and becoming. And so for my situation, all the doing I'd been doing had got me to X. But for me to get to Y, which is exactly where I'm at today, and everything I'm looking forward to, which I now automatically know I will get. And I'm not saying that in a wanky way, by the way. Yeah. I just firmly believe that I can do it now because a lot of it's beliefs. It's just natural. But I had to go backwards a little bit, go inwards, and I had to actually really look into what the becoming was. Who did I need to become?
Yeah. And I love hearing you speak because, a lot of this resonates for me as you talk, and as you talk about experiences or the understanding or the moving through glass ceilings. It really resonates, I guess, for myself and my career in both investing space and in Wealth Mentor as well. There's obstacles to overcome. So I always love listening to you speak because there's little things that I pick up as well as you go through, which help me as well. So thank you for that. Much appreciated. So, I mean, in terms of creating, I guess, a concept or your what you go through within your your being a high performance human, there must be some philosophy and different beliefs that you would need to have within yourself, be able to then help humans become the best version of themselves.
Yeah.
If we were to start with potentially your philosophy and what that means to you.
I think one of the key elements to my philosophy now that I have learnt, and it's very much how I work with clients, is very much our Western society overvalues doing and undervalues being, but also misunderstands being. So when I say being, what do I really mean by that? It's about having an ability to understand who you actually are, what is important to you. We talk about it as being, values based and purpose driven, and so there's a lot of language around this. A lot of us literally grow up, we take on a lot of conditioning, we start to move toward goals, because goal setting is something we're all quite familiar with, particularly if you're a high performer. You just naturally have that instinct to go for goals, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But what I've found is you only get to a certain point that way, because it's the doing. It's almost like the doing gets exhausted. Yeah. And then you have to go to the next level. You have to literally start thinking about, who do I want to be? Who do I need to be to get there? So a big philosophy for me is understanding that doing is overrated. It's often about doing less than you think you do, but being or becoming or really knowing who the hell you are and how you can be who you need to be. Because the thing is, our identity, which is our being, always leads to our actions and always leads to our results. So if we want different results in life, if I actually flip it, if the results are through that glass ceiling and we can't get to those results, and we've been trying. So I talk about a concept called a change U-turn. And the change U-turn is where you've identified something you want, and conceivably on a Monday, right, that's it. I've got the energy. I've got some good weekend under my belt. That's it. Whatever I do, I'm going to continue. I'm going to start doing what I said I was going to do. And you start the doing, but then by Wednesday, you're exhausted. It's a little bit like trying to jump up and crack that glass ceiling and come back. So I call that as a U-turn. You start out, and before you know it, you're just coming back and you're coming back. So this change U-turn. We get confused because we can't work out why is it that we've got this U-turn. But my experience personally, as well as my clients' experience, is the U-turn is there because we are focusing so heavily on doing more. And it's not about that. It's about, as I said before, results are here, actions are here, but identity is here. So if I want different results in life, I actually have to become a different person, because automatically when I become a different identity, I'm the sort of person who, blah, 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 the actions just automatically follow and the results follow. So I hope what that sort of really, what is that alternative, or that change U-turn is all about energy. And it's about what I was discovering, wasted energy. Once I got to the level I got to that I felt it was my glass ceiling, I had to just have a different approach. And it has. I am a totally different person today.
And this probably relates back to that point that you talked earlier about, which is the fact that, what has got you to the level that you're at now, and being that human being that's got you to that level now is not going to get you to that bigger next level that you can see. And essentially, again, through that glass ceiling. Would that be a fair comment?
Yeah. And the thing that I'd hope people that are listening, I'd like to just sort of reinforce, is that everyone's ceiling is unique. And you can, and so it's not uncommon that I work with people that, if they're either wanting to be healthy, wealthier, or happier. They're the three key elements that people are wanting to deal with. I want to achieve more, healthier, wealthier, or happier. And they can have one or two areas going well, but there's an area that they just can't seem to nail. And that is unique to that human. But what is also unique to that human is when this glass ceiling comes for you. Some people just have a mechanism that they know how to go through it. But the majority of people I've worked with, and for me, I had to consciously go back, work out what I needed to do, and then I've moved forward. And support is so important. And that's the reason that I've got, such a vibrant business, is because the people that come to work with me have recognized they're high performance humans, and they've recognized they can't do that next level on their own.
I'm really intrigued though. Can you talk me through what or give me some examples of what it is actually like to hit that glass ceiling, and what potentially needs to shift to be able to break through it?
So number one is you have to come to a point of discontent. Now, when I say that, it's like, oh yeah, discontent. But no. You've got to probably done that, that change U-turn a number of times. And you start questioning. So high performers that I work with are people naturally that question. They don't just take it for granted, or they're not that classic rule follower. Like, oh, damn it. I'm trying. It's not working. It's not meant to be. These are the people that go, I'm trying. And frustration is a big emotion. So you get frustrated, and frustration is a form of discontent. So one of my classic, I don't like favorites with my clients. I love all my clients, but one of a key story that I really, really enjoy is that a client of mine who is actually a professional rugby player in Australia. And he's got some fabulous aspirations. And when he made the decision to come and work with me, it wasn't that he was failing at what he was doing, but what he'd recognized is the mental, like the mindset he needed to get to that next level was actually needed to be different. And he had no idea how. He knew what he wanted to do, but he didn't know how he could get there. So he had a bit of a change U-turn because he had been injured. And if anyone in the professional athletic space is on, you know that at the end of the day, you're actually not really getting paid for your performance on the field. Anyone who is successful in the athletic space is because they've actually found ways to manage injury. Because it's not if it's going to happen, it's when it's going to happen. So it's really cool. This young man is only in his mid-20s. And so his glass ceiling was really about that. And his frustration was about knowing he needed to work out ways to get better, but he didn't know how to start. And so we worked a lot about the person he needed to become in order to get to that. And today, oh, wow. And it's really cool because ironically, we think it's about focusing on just one area of his life. Yeah. But the stuff we're now working with, originally it was with regards to his rugby world, but it's actually morphed quite significantly into relationships and finances, because it is about the whole person at the end of the day. You can't work on one area of your life without impacting every other.
And when you work with your clients, I actually love that story about the rugby player. And I almost made a joke about, you said professional rugby player in Australia, so you must be a second tier kind of professional rugby player.
That's very funny. We're not answering that.
But I decided not to say that joke because that would be rude to all the Australian rugby players. Yeah. So in terms of working with your clients and being able to help them through it, what are some of the things as an individual or as with your coaching business, what are the beliefs that you run with to be able to help these clients to be able to achieve their goals?
It might surprise you what the beliefs ultimately turn out to be. The same as what goes on, as I said, with the uniqueness as the glass ceiling. The beliefs that I work with all different clients are all unique as well. The most common belief that actually does get dealt with, and this is probably going to seem a bit weird because it might seem at odds with being a high performer. Yeah. But it's actually about being enough. I am enough. And I know that could seem a bit at odds because it's like, well, if I'm enough, why would I push further? But actually, that's one of the secrets, is that when you get into a space of fully understanding, not just saying I am enough, but fully understanding that you are enough, it takes a lot of resistance away because you actually know that you are enough, and everything that you are seeking or moving toward is just going to occur with that belief system. Now, I know that might sound like woo-woo, but it's actually not. A lot of the work I do with clients can seem counterintuitive on conventional Western philosophy. You get conditioned, harden up, go hard, a lot of those beliefs, and they're not accurate.
Yeah.
One of the biggest things is the smallest change you can make every single day leads to some of the biggest changes in life. So on that belief sphere, a lot of things that can hold someone back at the glass ceiling is core beliefs that they've taken on in their, and I'm not going to say in their childhood, but in their conditioning. So part of the process working with clients and the programs I've got is actually identifying some of this stuff, because we don't realize it's in our subconscious. We're operating with that. It does change the perspective, and it makes life a lot easier.
So is it, and I'm assuming here, but it's almost like a little bit of a self-sabotage, but without realizing that there's a self-sabotage that's actually causing them to find a level that they can't break through. Am I understanding that correctly?
It is. And what I've noticed, I know from my own personal opinion and any other high performers I've worked with and colleagues, is that often what has fueled us to, in our ambitions and our drive and our desires, we've been fueled unconsciously. So we've been moving toward, ticking it off, writing the list, ticking it off, get there, get there, get there. So that's a bit like this glass ceiling, because you actually get there and go, whoa, I'm actually not getting this next bit. And the reason you're not getting this next bit is that you need to believe different about what it is you are looking for. And you do need to think differently. And so that's what makes you retreat just a tiny bit to start looking at, who do I need to be to move that forward? Oh, I need to be the sort of person who values this. I need to be the sort of person who believes this. Because if I believe that, I am naturally going to act that way, and my results are going, oh, I've gone through it. So yeah, a lot of it is conditioning, and it's not lying on the couch and let's talk about your childhood, because I know people can get a bit nervous about that, but it's a voyage of discovery. All my clients and my whole success has actually been being willing to explore stuff that's going on within me, not external situations. Because ironically, you can't change anyone or change any circumstance, but you can change yourself.
And I'm just going to lead on from that one. You can't change the circumstance. You can't change the external, what's happening. I mean, right now in the world, we've got a whole lot of craziness happening all around the place. I mean, the uncertainty out there is through the roof. But I love what you just said there, because it resonated straight away with me, is that you don't actually have the control of that. So you can't control the uncertainty, is essentially what I'm saying.
Totally. And now anyone that knows me know I love this word that I'm about to say, and it's not a swear word, so it's fine. It's I call it an uncertainty enema.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, who knew 2022 could potentially ramp up another notch, I think. And I was working with a beautiful group of educators this morning and asked them to list what is going on, and it was a long list. Pandemic, Ukraine, all this stuff, flooding in Queensland, all this stuff. But then what I asked them to do as a group, I said, righto, this, can you control it? No. This, can you control it? No. About 15 things on the list. There was not one thing that they could control. But what could they control was how they responded to what's going on there. So if we want to put that in the context of property or investing or wealth creation, anything we've got going on, if there's ever been a better time for us to step back a little bit and go, who do I need to become to be the sort of investor that can roll with this level of uncertainty? Because you know what leads after uncertainty? Certainty. It's just a cycle. We are in a significant one. I am not going to downplay that. But all I keep thinking is, if I can find ways to become who I need to be in this uncertain environment, how easy is life going to be when we start to get into a little bit more of a normal rhythm? I don't think we're going back to what we had in 2019, but I think that is a classic example of, is no more doing I can do. because a lot of people are doing a lot of worrying, and they're doing a lot of risk mitigation. And how's that going for you? How about stepping back and go, wow, the really, really clever investors right now, who are they? Who's what? They're the sort of people who are what? Is that something I need to consider? And just start playing with that. That's what this is about.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's two things that I want to pick up on that you said there. The first one was around the control. And this goes back, and actually something I used to say a lot when I was a tennis coach in a previous life, which was, as an athlete, when you're out there might be some things that frustrate you, but at the end of the day, you control your controllables. Key term. And then you talked about the worry, and I know that both of us are massive fans of a book, and I actually, for all of you guys watching tonight, we're going to both recommend you get the book Legacy. It's about the best rugby team in the world, the All Blacks, but it is a brilliant book. And something that one of the recent coaches, Steve Hansen, said is worry is just a waste of emotion.
Yeah. It is. And if you think about identity, because our identity is anything we say after the words I am, right? I am overwhelmed. I am a worrier. I am someone who manages my emotions really well. I am emotionally manager. They're very different spaces to be in. If you're a worrier, think what your actions are. You are going to waste so much energy. Like literally, that's what you're doing. Exhausting. What are your results? More worry. Probably one of the key things that has come out of all of my experiences with clients as well as my personal, my ability to manage my emotions right now is up here. My high performance is because I have the ability to respond now at a level I never knew was possible. And I didn't even know that's what I would be getting to. But a lot of clients, that's what it all boils down to. Because humans have this incredible biology. We have our nervous system is one of the most incredibly finely tuned parts to who we are. But no one teaches us how to identify it and live with it. So we're just rolling with it until we start to manage it, because that biology is also one of our superpowers. But you can't do it unless you learn how to manage it. We don't learn it any other way. So
yeah, very interesting. I absolutely love every time we get to have a session with, you've had you on my coffee catch up, had you on a webinar, and there's always little things that I pick up as well. And I actually love the energy and also the passion that you bring forward. And I guess that's a big part of, why there is such synergy between Wealth Mentor and what you're doing. Wealth Mentor, obviously, we have this massive goal of being able to make wealth accessible to everybody, to all, and wealth in many different facets. But I'm going to throw you on the spot here, and I'm going to ask you, what made you become a part or a partner within Wealth Mentor and even be here tonight? Because obviously being able to share your knowledge. I mean, for those of you who want to learn more about Bella, we've got plenty of her articles up on the website as well. There's a whole lot more that she's just sent through recently that we're going to get up there. You guys have those amazing resources. But tell us a little bit about being a part of Wealth Mentor and also being on this Wealth Mentor 2.0.
Well, I'm excited to be part of it. As I think one of the key reasons that I was, prepared to come on board was very much around the synergies with brand and values. So I look at Wealth Mentor as a holistic. The fact that the 2.0 is about making wealth accessible to all. I see that as going, removing any elitism with this. This is unique to every human that wants to play in this space. Your definition of wealth will be different to mine, will be different to the person beside us. So how do we make that accessible for you? And that's no different in my coaching practice. One of the worst things anyone can get as a support is someone that is expert-led. They're going to tell you what to do. And you're just sitting there going, oh, what do I do next? How disempowering is that? Yeah. So, one of my main pillars is that it is about, I am led by the client. My key role is to help them identify who they want to become and what their goals are for them. So I think the synergy with the two companies is fabulous. As a client of Wealth Mentor, I know it helped, you guys through the education that my husband and I got, our life was changed. And what was really cool about that is it was a step-by-step process. And we did that, and we did it. We followed to a T, and that's why we've got a burgeoning property business and looking at all the other things that have come, and particularly the stuff working with Kyron. What I also know is that the person I had to become to do steps 4, 5, and 6 was a big thing. So I hope that I'm pretty confident what I can bring to the table is helping with that process, because we can have all the tools in the world, but we also need those empowerment tools for ourselves, because it's all about us in the end. So yeah, I think it's a beautiful process, and I'm excited to be sharing my 5-step process with everyone in the Wealth Mentor community.
Yeah, and it goes right back here. We're very proud to have you a part of the partners, and I think you bring huge value, huge energy, and huge passion to everybody. So that's something that we certainly do admire. Now, I did have you on a webinar, or web meet that we had a couple of weeks ago for our elite clients, and you kind of pulled out of me one of my goal, which I actually hadn't shared with anybody. You got me to share it with amongst our whole network, which was cool. And we're not going to share it here because this is public, and it was a big step just amongst our beautiful network. But I'm going to lead on with that and tell us a little bit about some of the things that you've seen working with different clients, their journeys, things that breakthroughs that you've seen, because I love a good feel-good story about hearing how people's lives have changed, and good on you for being able to create that process.
Yep. Definitely. So I'm trying to think. Obviously, I've got my beautiful rugby player.
Yeah.
And I've already mentioned that. And another client that comes to mind, I mean, there'll be a few here, but another one is a really talented woman who had definitely reached her glass ceiling. She didn't know that what it was, but she had done the change U-turn. And she was at a point where when she rang and said, look, I think I want to come on the coaching program, and it's like, yep, sweet, we're going to have a crack. The first conversation with her was illuminating for her, because she was so addicted to her doing. So what this woman works in land access in the resource industry. So I'm actually really not that sure of where it sits in New Zealand's experience, but in Australia, it's a very volatile space, and creating rights for the landowners is actually a really big thing, and it's a financially important thing. And until probably the last 5 years, it was largely ignored. And so she has this incredible experience that she was bringing to the table, but she didn't realize her own value. She knew what she wanted. She wanted to have the ability to have her own business, her own consulting business, but she got so addicted to the pay-as-you-go mentality. And there's no problem with that. That's not a criticism of that. But here was a person who was deeply conflicted, because she got to a point with her skill set, but her change U-turn was every time that she was trying to branch out and do the consulting game, she found herself back, oh my God, I just should take that job. I should take that job. And so the first conversation in our coaching was where I literally asked her the question, who do you think you need to become in order to achieve your goal? And it wasn't big, hairy, audacious at all. It was replacing the income she was earning as a PAYG in her business. It was very possible for me to see, but for her, she was very caught up in habits around believing that it wasn't really quite right. And yet her instincts were telling her it's what she wanted. So in a very short space of time, this person, so we've actually changed and named her identity. She's High Performing Jane. And High Performing Jane has literally kicked a massive goal. Like this was we've only just started her 3rd month. So it's pretty cool. That is one of those definite examples where often high performers get in their own way. She knew what she wanted, but she'd sort of got patterned into thinking it wasn't possible. She had to give herself permission through our process to actually acknowledge it and become the sort of person that would attract and take that on. And she's Yeah, she's kicking major goals. I cannot wait to see where this next couple of years goes with her. So I hope
isn't it so rewarding? And that's why at 8 o'clock on a Friday night I'm here having a chat with you rather than watching the Blues play. But absolutely. I mean, isn't it the most rewarding thing to be able to see the impact that you can make on people's lives and make a shift? It truly is something really, really special. And talking about really special, we're very proud to be able to offer a bit of an opportunity for those people that have joined us tonight on Wealth Mentor 2.0, a really exceptional offer, which is your high performance challenge. I love the idea of this, and you know what? I think that all our people will love it too, because it's so competitive. And as soon as you put the word challenge in there, Bella, I think that the idea of that is absolutely epic. So, can you talk us through a little bit about what it is in terms of your 10-week challenge?
Absolutely. So this is a program developed specifically over 10 weeks, and that's intentional. I'll tell you in a minute. The whole process of it is to have a go at working through the 5-step process that I've developed so that you can actually get long-term change. Because we're not in for speed dates. We're not in for have a cracks and it fails. I'm very much into long-term. It's been a big part of my business. So in the 10-week program, what we do is we actually dive deep into the psychology behind a lot of the habits you've got and what's going on. Like, let's see what's really going on. And I'm going to be able to help you to identify one area in your life that you want to see massive results. And over that 10 weeks, we're going to be able to hone that. You're going to learn the framework. And that means you then have that framework for life. You can use that on any change U-turn that, materializes. Because here's the thing. I don't know if you realize this. High performers work on being a high performer right until the day we die. I know that could seem exhausting, but it's true. It's the definition of wellness. It is a long term. When we get into this space, we're going to do it. So why not do it with a less, an energy space that's sustainable? Okay, so back to the 10 weeks.
Yeah. No, I'm in. I love that idea. It's brilliant. I mean, at first, I'm like, I've got to keep going at this level, but hey, let's do it, Bella.
You're going to anyway. So that's something about wellness. So the thing is, the 5 steps process that I've developed, while it's simple, it isn't easy. And that's why you need support. So that's why I've created it with a group of like-minded. So I've only got 10 spots for the challenge. And in that, it's been designed to really get you fully going in 10 weeks. I'm not sure if you realize, but the research out there is that habits on average take 66 days to actually form. So we've got a 70-day window in this 10-week challenge. So what's included is 10 sessions with group, like it's a group coaching call. And they're on a Monday, and we've got 2 one-on-one coaching sessions privately with me. It also includes a digital workbook full of resources and tips and tricks. You keep that for life. You've also got lifetime access to the 5-step process. So you can use this at any point moving forward. I've also got a private Facebook group for this, and that's part of the support too, to be with like-minded people, all getting on the same page, moving to the next level. Really important. Now, this is valued at $1,969, so literally just short of $2,000. So I've got a really big special tonight, and it's because I love the Wealth Mentor community, and I know I'm speaking to other high performers. The next program is starting on the 25th of April, very significant day. So what I'm going to offer this for tonight is that those 10 spaces are on offer for $497. So it is a massive deduction, almost $1,500 off, or you could choose to do 3 payments of $195 each. So I'm excited to offer it. I know the spaces are going to fill up fast, and really at the end of the day, 2022 has started. Why not kick on now? Use this rest of this year to make this the year that you got to the next level.
Bella, that's ridiculously cheap. I mean, considering that you end up with 2 private coaching sessions as well for only $497, that is ridiculous. I have just jumped in and dropped the link in the chat for everybody. Now, you do need a discount code to be able to get that special price, because like Bella said, it is an absolutely ridiculous offer. I think it's silly.
Don't say that again.
But it is only, like you said, it's only limited to 10 spots. So this is the first 10 that take up the opportunity to work with Bella. I mean, for under $500, what's that? 1.5 tanks of gas. You get to spend time with Bella. You get to join like-minded people, as well as one-on-one sessions with Bella. And as well as that, you get the group, you get the resources that you can take and continue to use. I think it's absolutely epic. So that discount code there, guys, Kickstarter 500. Make sure you chuck that in there to be able to ensure that you are getting that epic value. So Bella, as people are filling out their paperwork, I've just got another question for you. And this comes back down to something I know that you've talked about, because within life, you always say that, you know, there's the different aspects of performance. But sometimes you don't realize, and this is something that's always resonated when you said it, you don't realize what part of it is actually holding you back as an individual. Can you expand a little bit on that while people are, you know, make sure you keep listening in, because you don't want to miss this one, guys.
Look, again, if I come back to our biology, and this is a big thing when I do the program, and any clients I work with, is getting to really understand your biology. We have this incredible mechanism to automatize. So it sits in our basal ganglia. This is where our habits are created. It's also where our beliefs sit. And we got conditioned in that. So what often is the problem is we do not realize what's in the driver's seat. A lot of those change U-turns is because we think we're in the driver's seat, but our biology, unless we learn to deal with it better, our biology is often in there. So that means those beliefs that you got, or the fear mechanism that you're not owning and overriding, is actually in the driver's seat. So it's very much about becoming the sort of person who gets very familiar with what your mechanism is that holds you back, but also moves you forward. Because we want to do more of what's moving us forward, acknowledge what holds us back, and override it when it doesn't serve us. So it's really understanding. Look, our nervous systems are one of the most amazing barometers for how we're tracking. And that's part of our duty as a human, in my belief, is to get to know yours pretty damn intimately, so that you can use that biology to move forward.
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing, Bella. And also, just a couple of questions that I know people will be wanting to know in terms of, you mentioned the start date. What was that date again that you will be kicking this off?
So I'll see if you think what this date is as. It's the 25th of April. It's a Monday.
I'm going to say that it might be a date that has significance to both of our beautiful countries. Is that Anzac Day that we're talking about?
It is. It is. And what a more amazing day to really kick off and go next level. So absolutely. Yeah, 25th of April.
Cool. Awesome. And that will be streamed virtually. So no matter where you are within New Zealand and Australia, you'll be able to jump on and tune into Bella's session. And I am so excited for everybody that will be joining you on this. I think it's a huge, exceptional opportunity. I know that when we had a catch up midweek and Paul Southey was there, and did you see his face when you spoke about what offer you've got? He was like, "It's too cheap. It's such an amazing opportunity." I actually thought that he was going to sign up there and then.
Well, I think it's interesting you brought up Paul, because it was a great comment. And I'd like to bring this out too, because you may not even realize you've got a glass ceiling. It may actually not really be. High performers love the continual improvement, right? That model of refine. And that is what this is about too. I'm calling it a glass ceiling. For you, it might be that 1%er. I'm always looking for what's that 1% that I can add to my toolkit so that I can actually get to my next level. So I'd want to bring that in, because I thought it was a really good comment from Paul, is that it's about refinement. It's always continual improvement, because as I said, we're going to do this till the day we die, whether we want to or not. So why not? Skill up.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Well, I'm in, Bella. So let's absolutely do this. Let's make wealth accessible to everybody. I think that's exciting times, and I think having you on tonight was fantastic way to end off what's been an epic week. I'm so proud of all the team that have come on and been able to share their knowledge, be able to share the shift that we've made in being able to change so many people's lives. I am going to give you the opportunity to say any last words before I let you go and wrap up the week. But once again, from everybody on behalf of everybody at Wealth Mentor, great to have you on the team, and thank you for tonight. Over to you.
Okay. I haven't thought so much about my finale on this, but I suppose what I would like to finish with is that if there's any part of your being that has got what I call an inkling, I love the word inkling. What inkling means to me is that it's like a gut instinct, or it's a little part of you that has a curiosity to actually explore going to the next level. If that is at all on your radar, can you please have a crack at the program? And what I mean by that, why I mean that, is that unfortunately something that I think gets conditioned out of us, and we talk about a lot in my program, is this curiosity and this exploration process. Because if we have a mentality, a belief system that exploration and curiosity is good, I promise you that next level comes too, because it's just an exploration. I wonder what if. So if you've got any curiosity on it, please have a crack, because it really does lead to pretty cool stuff in life. And thank you for having me on. It's been a great week.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And I'm sure, I haven't gone and checked, but there'll be a heap of comments. I did see one from Carol before saying how amazing you were, but we all know that's true. So thank you very much. And we'll chat to you soon. Awesome. So that does get us to the end of Wealth Mentor 2.0. What a massive week. Now, for those of you that want to connect in with Wealth Mentor, whether it's you're interested in becoming a partner and sharing your knowledge with the amazing community that we've got, or whether you are in the space where you would like to learn from any of the partners that we've had on, please make sure that you jump below. There is a link there to book a call with one of our team. It's no obligation. Give them a call, have a chat, and let us know, what you're up to. We love hearing from people, and it's about engaging this amazing community all together to be able to make wealth accessible to all. Again, a little bit of a recap on what we've had this week. Actually, you know what I'll do? Let me drop the link into the chat for you guys as well for booking a call. Let's make life nice and easy. For those of you that are on YouTube, and I can see quite a few of you actually on YouTube there's a link there. Feel free to click on that link, and it does take it over to a calendar, which you can book a call with one of our team. They're amazing. They will be there to discuss anything that you've got within your investment or within your wealth creation journey. So, like I said, it's been an absolutely epic week. I have thoroughly enjoyed being here. Thank you to everybody that has shown up. I'm Stephen, I know that you were 4 from 4 last night. Did you make it tonight and make it 5 from 5? It's been so good to have so many of you guys here. I mean, Monday, I absolutely love being able to share the new business model with you guys. Tuesday, having the mentors on, loved it, loved hearing from them. I mean, if anything, jump on and have a listen to their thoughts on what the market's doing. That there is such key information. Tuesday, nice and easy. Within this page, you just click on Tuesday, you can have a watch. Wednesday, Paul Southey. I mean, Paul Southey right now, the development space is huge. That opportunity to book a call with Paul, what an amazing opportunity to spend some time with a man with unbelievable knowledge. I was having a chat today with somebody, and I mentioned the fact that one of our students, Tim, about the opportunity to book a call with Paul, and he was like, that is ridiculous opportunity to spend time with Paul. It really is. Last night we had Kyron on, his Freedom Accelerator. Honestly, the opportunity to think like that and set insane goals. He's been a big part of the shift within Wealth Mentor. He's been a big part of going through the process of being able to change things. And this is what he's able to do for you as well. So if you're interested, again, that link for booking a call with Kyron is on the Thursday video. Make sure you head across. And well, tonight was just amazing. Once again, hearing from Bella, her knowledge, her passion, her expertise is brilliant. Before I finish up, A massive thank you to everyone behind the scenes to making this happen. I know there's been a lot of energy from the team in the office putting this all together. You guys work tirelessly putting all this forward so everybody out there can absolutely love it. Please drop in the comments. Let us know what you thought of this week. We absolutely love feedback. Focus an email. Let us know what you thought so we can constantly improve. We can constantly make the best content and give you guys the opportunity to create that wealth. Right. That's it from me. It's been amazing. And well, if I push this button, I get to say my favorite saying, which is get out there, guys, and always make sure that you are staying awesome. Thank you so much. Have a great evening. It's been a great week, and we'll speak to you shortly.